Carlos P. Garcia or Carlos Palastico Garcia, born November 4, 1896, died on June 14, 1971 in Quezon City. Carlos Palastico Garcia was a Filipino teacher, poet, orator, lawyer, public official, political economist, guerrilla and Commonwealth military leader who was the 8th President of the Philippines. During World War II in May 1942, Garcia was hunted by the Japanese military authority because of his loyalty to the Allied cause and his refusal to surrender and cooperate with the government. After the war, he participated in several missions to Washington to work for a approval of the Philippines rehabilitation and war damage claims. He was a delegate to the World Conference at San Francisco to draft the Charter of the United Nations Organization in May 1945. He acted as the presiding officer of the Southeast Asia Treaty Organization Conference in Manila in 1954, which produced the Manila Treaty and the Pacific Charter. From 1947 to 1953, Garcia was vice president of the Nationalista Party Directorate, and he also served in the cabinet beginning in 1953 as vice president and secretary of foreign affairs. When he was in the Senate, he was chairman and member of the numerous key committees, among them government, reorganization, foreign affairs, public works, army and navy, and justice. He was also a member of the Senate Electoral Tribunal from 1946 to 1951. Garcia served as military. Garcia first instituted the policy with the issuance of Resolution No. 202 of the National Economic Council on August 28, 1958. The policy dictates that Filipinos would have preferences over non-Filipinos in receiving foreign exchange. In line with the policy, Garcia pledged that his administration would assist Filipino entrepreneurs to make ventures in industry dominated by non-Filipinos. The policy received positive reception from Filipino businessmen, and there were calls to expand the scope of the policy to include other spheres of society such as education. However, it received negative reception from foreign and/or non-native businessmen, particularly the Americans, Chinese along with their Chinese-Filipino counterparts. Chinese Filipinos in particular accused the policy of discrimination over its interpretation of who is a Filipino and felt marginalized by the policy. Garcia's response to his critics said that his policy was not meant to foster Filipino exclusiveness or was meant to be anti-foreign, and stated that the Philippines will not close itself to foreign capital. He asserts the policy is meant to give Filipinos priority in relation to the control over the country's basic industries and their development. Garcia's administration was characterized by its austerity program and insistence on a comprehensive nationalist policy. President Garcia's administration was anchored on three basic policies. These were austerity, Filipino first policy, and cultural revival. Primary problems that Garcia's administration faced. The main problem that was facing the Garcia administration was the current economic situation during that time. Corruption was also prevalent in the country, since he had just inherited the Magsaysay administration. Several cases of corruption were found within the government offices during his administration. The imports that were coming in the country greatly outnumbered the exports that we were shipping out of the country, making the Philippines highly dependent on foreign products that required dollars to purchase. The Filipino First policy. This policy is therefore designed to regain economic independence. It is a national effort to end the Filipinos obtain major and dominant participation in their own national economy.